Now let's move on to something that we love talking about. Wrestling. The Elimination Chamber. John Cena. Whoever thought of all people would turn heel? But he did, champ. You know what? I'm not going to go any further. The floor is yours.
Only thing that I saw, you saw how impactful that this heel run was, because all the thing you saw when you scrolled it down TikTok was kids crying. Wow. I was a kid when Hulk Hogan turned heel. I was bad, but I went. I mean, kids are crying full blown tears. I mean, grown people are crying full blown tears. Kids, grown folks my age crying tears. I'm like, wow,
Went
that's
from
how
Make a
much.
Wish to Take a Wish Foundation.
Hey, that's what happened. So I mean, hey, and the way it was done was perfect. It was perfect. All that joy that built up in the elimination chain of the last ride of the great John Cena, the last ride. He's going to WrestleMania, and then boom, Thanos, just that fast. I mean, Iron Man to turn into Doctor Doom just that fast. But I think it was cool, man. I mean, I have to agree with Flash about the Travis Scott involved. I really didn't think that made a lot of sense, but to each his own. I really, just an added bonus.
Hey,
But
he's signing up to a wrestling school.
yeah, he signed him up to wrestling school. But hell, I signed up to be a personal trainer. How'd that work out? But I signed up to be somebody's personal trainer. You know when you jumping on the trampoline, one of them Pilates classes. I was signed up to be one of them. Let's see how that turns out. Yeah. So so I think that was good, man. Like I said, you saw the impact, man, because the only thing you saw when you scrolled down the page was kids crying. Because we thought this was going to be the biggest star of the last generation, babyface versus babyface. But it really, that had a dramatic impact, man. Not to mention, man, look, is The Rock becoming the new Vince McMahon as far as the corporation? Because it seems like every time that WrestleMania comes around, it's The Rock putting an obstacle in Cody Rhodes' way. It's The Rock doing that. I'm going to put my brother, I'm going to put my cousin in your way. I'm going to put the bloodline in your way. I'm going to put a tag match in your way to make sure that you don't win the WrestleMania match. And now I'm going to put the biggest star along with myself of the PG and ruthless aggression era in front of you. The very guy who helped you win the title. It sort of reminds you of like the Dude Love heel turn, although that was lackluster. Remember when he turned on Stone Cold Steve Austin? And
Yes.
he was able to, and he was the first ever corporate guy. Because remember, Vince McMahon turned Dude Love into a corporate guy. But it's reminiscent of that, but on a higher level. Because it's just like you just did not expect that. That one was crazy. But like I said, the only thing that you saw when you scroll down was kids crying. So it's like, oh man, that's impact.
This face says it for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you saw that face, something was going to happen. And speaking of Stone Cold Steve Austin, you mentioned it, champ. There's a possibility he could go to WrestleMania this year. After all, it's in Las Vegas. He lives in Nevada. And look, last year we saw Undertaker proving everyone that even though the Rock, no, the final boss is Undertaker. And with Austin, I would not be surprised at all. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Remember how he made his entrance at Backlash in 2000 when he grabbed the steel chair and hit everyone? Pat Patterson, Gerald Briscoe, Triple H, Shane, Vince with the steel chair. Don't be surprised. He's gonna make his grand entrance, and he's gonna rock the show. Because again, hey, who knows? I mean, he's had Cody Rhodes on his show, Broken Skulls podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hey,
there's
you just
a
never know.
possibility.
Hey, you just never know, man. I just never know. There's a lot of the people don't want to acknowledge this, but this is just the attitude era on a higher level, because there's a lot of attitude era going into this situation. There's a lot of it. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.